welcome to the Biblepay Show. It is week 38, running a little bit behind, and it's actually a good deal because there's been a big problem with the masternode payments or sanctuary payments, so that's either divine providence or good luck, whichever way you want to look at it. I'm good with either. We're religious-based coins, so I know which way I'm going to lean a little bit. But nonetheless, the last mandatory for the entire network, version-wise, for Biblepay 1.1.3.8. The last mandatory for sanctuaries. This is important, 1.1.5.6. It's about 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 2000. So this has not been out very long. There was a bug that was introduced, or I guess actually never found, that just reared its ugly head. It's causing problems with the computation of World Community Grid credits in the RAC, which could impact the proof of distributing computer payouts. So if you have not upgraded your masternode, pause this, go upgrade it, come back, we'll talk. The next tentative mandatory for the entire network will be around block 77,700. That's still a little ways away, so we'll keep an eye on that. Some of my numbers are a little out of date, but I really wanted to get that information about the mandatory for sanctuaries out, and thus I didn't update my numbers. Instead, I was updating my sanctuary. But anyway, 959 million Biblepay in circulation right about now. And the price still not real great, 7 Satoshi. That's about 1/21st of a cent. Our volume at about $400 over the last 24 hours. Market cap of about 446,000. Looking at the rest of the markets, Bitcoin, number one, still with a, it is what is crypto, $6,481.90. That's on volume of about $4.2 billion. Ethereum barely hanging on to number two in market cap, and actually it may have lost it since I've last looked at the data because it was that close. Ethereum at $216.38, 1.7 billion in volume, but Ripple has come back again, 55.4 cents. $2 billion in volume, and it's last I checked only about 100 million behind Ethereum in market cap. It may overtake, it may have already done it, it may do it again. Bitcoin Cash still number 4, $477.25, volume of about $380 million. And EOS at $5.39 on a volume of about $650 million. The other couple coins we look at, Dash, because that's where we come from, $186.64 on volume of almost $177 million. Gridcoin, the father of research coins, 1.5 cents, just a little bit low, $26,500 in volume. So let's look at the research, because that's like my favorite thing. Rosetta at Home, World Community Grid, the two projects we participate in. There's their logos over there. I guess there we go. I got to use that hand. Yesterday, we did about 3 million credits at Rosetta at Home. That dropped our rack to 3.6 million. Both those were only good enough for second. Yes, Gridcoin has taken over first place again in daily and RAC. Oh well, it's all right. A lot of our users have moved to World Community Grid, and I hope it's for a very good reason. We'll talk about that near the end of the show. We are at 1.477 billion lifetime credits. In about 35 days, we should overtake TSC Russia for first place. That would put us around the 1st of November. But since our RAC is dropping and our credits are dropping, it may take a little bit more time. My prediction is we'll still overtake them before Christmas. World Community Grid, though, we are going gangbusters at 5.8 million credits yesterday. Holy Moses, 4.7 million rack. Both of those good enough for fourth place. Our lifetime credits up to 67th all-time in the project at 382 million credits. We should be in the top 50 in roughly 43 days, but that's based upon our historical averages. Since our averages is going up, that number of days should go down, and in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we're in the top 50 before we overtake TSC on Rosetta at Home. Meanwhile, we should be in the top 25 all-time, mind you, in about half a year. We'll keep an eye on that. Team Rack is not showing correctly in the client. That is because of that bug, so I won't even discuss it right now. The last PODC super block was 73,195. That's 73195. There were 220 recipients or research miners, and they split the 1.098 million Biblepay pot. Recent block I looked at was 73,378. It was a 49.19 block, 4,919 Biblepay paid out, just a little bit north of that. The proof of Biblepay hasher made just under 492 Biblepay, and the sanctuary that won the super block or the sanctuary block got paid just under 4,428 Biblepay. There are 301 enabled masternodes out of 347 reporting. The next PODC super block may be here before we get the show finished, especially if I have to do another take. It's 73,400. The next budgetary super block, 73,800. That would be in about 2.5 days. Now, let us go to the Thor Challenge. Yes. Oh, this is amazing. Let me see if I can get my buttons to go. There it goes. Yep, that is the Thor Challenge. Look at all the teams that are there, all the countries represented, all the users, and let's look at what I consider to be the amazing thing, and that is after 2 days, and this was the real reason I actually had delayed doing the show, but after 2 days, Biblepay #1 by far. Number 2 is actually biteball.org, which I found to be kind of interesting because I was expecting someone like Extreme Systems to be, in that 2 or 3 position. So anyway, here's how this works. There's 4 weeks. First week, the top 20 teams advance to week 2. There's a week interlude between each week. Week 2, the top 10 teams advance to week 3. Week 3, the top 3 teams advance to week 4. Week 4, the top team is the Thor champion. So here's how the big teams get their numbers to go. And this is the problem for us. We're not going to be able to do this because to do this, you end up with your RAC jumps up and down too much. And for our coin, you really want to have a stable RAC, or otherwise it can impact your earnings. So if you're going to put more servers on to help us out, wait until at least week 3 or 4, let's say. But here's how the big teams do it. So between week 2 and week 3, the big teams will take their big machines. They'll tell them don't report any results. And then on day 1 of week 3, they'll report all those results at once and get a week's worth of credit in that first day. Again, we can't really do that, but the idea is if you are tempted to try and get some friends on this or whatever, really push for them to come on weeks 3 and 4. We should, by at least these numbers, we should be able to get to week 3 without any trouble, and I really think we can get to week 4 without a big difficulty. Week 4, historically, this sort of results would not be quite enough to win it all, but we will see. But nonetheless, let's recap the big important story of the day. If you are a sanctuary owner and you have not yet upgraded, you need to upgrade to 1.1.5.6 as soon as humanly possible. That will help protect the PODC Superblock. It may be too late to save this one, but we need to get it done in the relatively near future. I thank you for tuning in. I apologize for the delay, but as I said, I wanted to get these stats in, and as it turned out, this was a very good delay because we got to talk about the mandatory for sanctuaries. So thank you so much for tuning in. We'll do this again next week. Hopefully Togo and I will have the big show next week, but we're still talking about if our schedules are going to line up correctly. Regardless, if we don't have the big show, we'll have the weekly update. Take care, my friends.